game
Should I just give you a tablet?
because of that article you read earlier today?
Move this to this
absolutely.
side. There we go.
Well, look, we found a lot of rumors. Go ahead, start the podcast. Sorry. My bad.
Welcome everyone to a room temperature, slightly less than ideally salty
I'd say
bowl
it's
of
hotter
dude
than
soup.
room temperature in here.
You really want me to turn it up?
No, we can't turn anything up because then the room noise will get even louder than it already is.
Gotcha.
Everybody hates that.
Yes, and the more we talk, the more hot air we're expelling, so the further...
Do you remember those really nice sets that they had Stage 5? Rooster Teeth?
I wouldn't know.
Remember?
Don't talk about that yet.
Boom!
Don't talk about that yet.
Do you remember the really nice sets? Like
No.
the
Stop
temperature
cheating.
I
was
was
perfect.
drunk the entire time.
It's not working. Just play the game. Just have fun and play the game. There. So, we will talk about that in a moment. Damn it, Adam.
You play as
Be
famous
good at video
Jedi
games.
Baz
I just
Luhrmann.
want the lightsaber.
Just
I can't read
do
these.
it.
You haven't earned it yet, Adam.
Dick Cheeto, Jedi Knight extraordinaire.
But on the subject of Jedi Knights, there have been some.
Wow, look at that. That's a nice saber.
Damn it, Adam. There have been some spicy rumors about Battlefront, which everybody cares about for some reson.
They really do.
Oh,
They're gonna
boy.
care. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, continue.
The Force is with him.
So what website was it? Hold on, I gotta look this up. 'Cause this is something special.
I forget. It's like makestarwarsgo.com.
Yeah. He's
Making
closer
Star Wars
than you're further
.net.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
making StarWars.net.
MakingStarWars.net, the author Jason Ward, the editor-in-chief
Uh-huh.
of MakingStarWars.net,
Do you think that's on his business card?
Oh, absolutely.
Editor-in-chief.
posted a list of spicy tips he got about
catering chef.
Part-time editor-in-chief, full-time Star Wars fan.
So Jason Ward, before these people impugn your integrity too hard, we know that you're legit because you posted a bulleted list.
Oh my gosh! Chop
And-
that stormtrooper in half.
On that bulleted list is a lot of somewhat interesting details about Battlefront. He doesn't quite say where he got this information or who sent it to him, but that's okay.
Journalism.
A
Yeah.
good editor-in-chief always hides his sources.
It's all about ethics.
Ethics in gaming journalism.
Scroll bars. This is all messing with me. So here are some of the high points, and we can discuss them because Lord knows we're all Battlefront fans.
I am.
I'm saying that because I'm actually not.
That's why we're playing
I'm a
Jedi
Battlefront
Outcast.
fan.
I realized after the fact that
Except when you're a Battlefront fan, you don't have anything to do for about 10-year gap.
just keep playing Battlefront,
No,
bro.
you become
Greatest
the-
game ever made.
You become the editor-in-chief of Making Star
Oh,
Wars.
yeah.
That's what you do.
So this top secret list. Oh boy. Oh, he's done. Nope.
I want to be clear here. I think I played this game non-stop for like 5 years.
Amazing.
You should explain that Adam is trying to shoot at stormtroopers, and every single time they glitch or do something dumb.
And he keeps stopping to read more
continues to
cheats,
shoot.
and then his
Sorry.
head gets in the way of what I'm trying to read.
Keep going.
Is your vision? Oh yeah.
I'll read the first one.
Can't read
The story of Star Wars Battlefront's campaign will span pretty much the entire Star Wars saga.
Boom!
So a lot of people have said that that's not actually the case, right?
I'm the one that said that.
Misa gonna be
actually,
in
wait.
Star Wars game.
I should clarify.
Jar Jar.
Dice said that's not the case.
That's right. Dice.
And what's aggravating is in this list of bullet points, he eventually gets around to saying that, but what are you doing? Anyway,
Just play.
It's a misleading set of tips, mostly because Dice said specifically nothing from Episode 7 will be in Battlefront.
Oh, right.
But that may not be the case.
Well, also, I mean, it might span the entire saga, meaning episodes 1 through 6.
And I think that's what he means. So to go on, let's hear. Battlefront will feature segments in which you play as both the good guys and the bad guys. So the rebellion, the Empire.
That's
Right.
cool.
The majority
The
of the
Empire is bad in this story?
It depends on your perspective.
Oh
So
my
I don't
gosh,
think so.
Let Lawrence finish.
the majority of the campaign will take place during the original trilogy. There will be some segments of the campaign that take place between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Awesome!
So some post original trilogy content. Let's see here. The last section of the campaign takes place before and during the opening segments of Force Awakens, which could imply that there's a big battle at the beginning of Force Awakens.
And supposedly this game's coming out a month before The Force Awakens, the movie.
Yeah.
So
Which would put it holiday 2015.
Right, and I've heard that it won't spoil the movie really, so it'll be like just tiny little hints here and there. I feel like they won't let that happen. I feel like they're not going to put that out until like they're going to put the DLC out once the movie's out, you know. But
Right, there's no way they're going to entrust plot spoilers to a team of 150 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That is so many leaky bits.
Leaky bits.
Ew, gross. That's
That's the new character from Star Wars.
that's Jason
It's a
Ward's
leaky bits.
screen name.
So yeah, I think here at least we can share maybe some of our maybe more adult. Oh, look at that.
Nice blocking,
Jedi.
Adam.
We can
Truly
share maybe
you
some
are
of
the
our
Jedi.
perspective because we've seen this game happen a while where like a game gets trusted with a property, and you know,
Like Star Trek, the video game. Remember that?
oh, that
game?
was
That was
great.
real good.
Remember that game?
Remember we went to GDC and we
spoilers.
talked to the guy about it, and he was like, "This is the best game I've ever made."
It was
Please
also
don't
the
ever
only
play
game he's ever
Adam's
made.
right. We went to this Star Trek thing where he was like, guys,
This is
we've
the
been
Star Trek game
coordinating
I've
with
been
the
waiting to
director and
make."
producer of Star Trek the video game or Star Trek the movie. He even did that. He went or
He stuttered.
Star Trek the movie for 2 years. We've been working with him so closely. We've made this game as close as we possibly can to, and then it was broken immediately.
Yeah, like
it didn't work at
When
all.
we showed Jajabrams this game, he literally hung up on us on Skype.
Well, that's the thing about Star Wars. I think, like, I've had this conversation before with other people where we've just said, like, there are more good Star Wars games than there are, I think, bad ones, right? Like, out of every like franchise out there, like, I mean, like, there's a lot of shitty Star Trek games.
There are
There's
more
a-
good Chronicles of Riddick games than bad ones.
That's true.
Oh, come on. There's only like 3 of them.
Yeah,
two, and they were both
they're
good.
all good.
That's fine, but I'm saying there's a lot of Star Wars games out there, and they're all pretty good. Like, they're not
No.
awful.
No,
Well,
I'm
except
watching you
they're-
play this one right now, so
I'm bored as hell.
Oh, come on. It was pretty sweet.
I'm really not here to impress either one of you. This game's fucking amazing.
Yeah, this game's pretty sweet.
I don't remember what
You're
I'm
lost.
doing.
You're-
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you the
totally
outcast?
lost.
You're super lost.
He's a Jedi.
Get in that
gun.
laser gun and shoot the door.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah, yeah. You are Dash Rendar.
No.
You are Kyle Katarn.
There you go.
no,
Yeah, you are.
you're lickety splits.
Jubbly bits.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah. It's been a long time. Also, I would just cheat my way through here because I would just end up playing it so much.
So one of the things
but
that
yeah,
I want
go
to
ahead.
stress about these kinds of rumors, especially when it comes to multiple content production teams working together, Shadow's catching up, is that a lot of people have this.
Oh, dude.
All
You're
right.
crouching your head and dragon.
What?
More good Star Wars games than bad.
Yeah.
That's fun. They're fun, though.
So when it comes to like games or movies, people have this weird idea that it's done, like it's just sitting there, and they're like maybe polishing the case a little bit, being like, soon, just 6 months, little baby, and we're gonna release you to the public, but we're gonna play you and have fun by ourselves for now. It doesn't work that way. Like Battlefront's not done, the movie is not done, and there's a lot of stuff that's still up in the air. So you can't really make a game about a movie that doesn't exist yet and have it end anywhere near where the movie's gonna end up.
The movie's script has been written, so I mean, like, at least they have that.
But the scenes get cut. You know what it reminds me of? Did you play the X-Men Origins Wolverine game?
Absolutely not.
It was fucking great.
Apparently
Just
it was
kill
good.
Janos
Good
with your
job.
lightsaber. Look at
I let someone fun diatribe. I let someone borrow that. I got a free copy of that game. I let someone borrow it. Now I said to him, "I've heard this game is really good. Bring it back when you're done." And he said, "No problem. I've never seen the game since."
Snapped it in front of your face and walked
really
away.
good.
Yeah,
bruised it.
really, really good.
I guess
So it was really good, except I remember playing it after I'd seen the movie, which was garbage. And I realized almost nothing in this game is from the movie. There were a few scenes that are kind of awkwardly brought over, like when Wolverine fights Sabretooth and stuff like that. So like some of the more iconic scenes in the movie made it into the game, but that's probably all right. That's probably because
That was awesome. You're
This
right.
game's fucking amazing.
Yeah, really, that's actually pretty fucking cool.
so what I can imagine happened is the movie maker had some storyboards for some scenes he definitely knew were going to be in the movie. They sent that over to the game makers, and they were like, "We don't know anything about the rest of this." So
you're right.
So then it was like Wolverine running around in South America and like inking ruins, stabbing up dudes. Nowhere in the movie has nothing to do with it.
You're 100% right. That's what happened to that game.
Yeah.
They had a finished game, and they said, so here's the parts that happen in the movies, and you can tell those parts are totally tacked on, because that game is amazing.
So you
Much
kinda-
like Jedi Outcast.
You kind of bring up an interesting point then. Maybe that's why there are so many bad video games that are based on movies. Because they
sure.
try to tie
Oh,
in
yeah.
movies that are coming out. They go only by the script, not by the final cut. And then they end up releasing Wolverine in South America. Like maybe
Which I
that's-
would watch as a separate movie.
Wolverine in South America.
Well, but I mean,
Sitting in a
that's
tiki bar.
That's a narrative problem. That's a narrative issue.
Yeah,
They-
yeah, right,
they could
right.
they could still make a good game.
Yes.
And then just be like, well, we clearly don't know, but the mechanics will be there, and then we can just fill
But
in
the thing
rest.
is, a lot of people are I feel like one of the reasons a lot of people are really excited about Battlefront, aside from their inordinate love of the series, is that they're hoping to get little dashes about Episode 7.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is that specifically from a narrative standpoint, that's actually not possible. Because you can't make two narratives at the same time and have them end up in the same spot.
Possibly with Star Wars. I mean, they could have given just a light script, or here's a rough outline. Like, make sure there's a part with the new looking stormtroopers and them doing this one mission. You could do that.
Any time that a stupid video game tries to tie in with the stupid plot of a stupid TV show or movie, it doesn't work.
Joel,
Yeah.
you're Jewish, right?
Right.
Okay, J.J. Abrams is also Jewish.
I've heard that.
right.
Do you want me to get him on the phone?
Can you call him
right.
and find out if he wrote Star Wars Battlefront?
Well, I mean, there's also the whole aspect of like, you know, sometimes they do comic books. Star Wars had a Darth Maul comic book come out like around the same time as Episode 1.
Yeah.
So you know, you can diverge,
JJ,
or
please.
figure things out. So that gave you arguably the character people wanted more of most from Episode 1. They were able to do that
And then
thanks
hold-
to whatever little bits and pieces they were
playing
leaking
Cantina
out. So
music.
I mean, it is possible that while you may not get hints at Episode 7, you may be able to play the 2 and then
they sync up?
Yeah, get more from it.
Hey, JJ, did you write the new stupid Star Wars game? No.
No.
Thank you.
That was it? No, I have more questions. Shit.
What's the smoke monster?
How was Alias really supposed to end? I see.
Did you have sex with Jennifer Garner? Okay.
It's the trash can droid.
Let's read more of
that
the
a gonk droid?
Battlefront.
Oh, you killed him!
Let's read more of the Battlefront.
He was just trying to serve protocol.
You're choking him. You can't do that. That's force choke.
You need a force choke and then up this mouse sensitivity all the way. I want to see these guys fly across the screen.
So here are some more tips. I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you want to, you know, makingstarwars.net, your one-stop shop for accurate Star
Make
Wars.
it your homepage.
Yeah, just bookmark it.
Sources.
Let's see here. We got scale of the multiplayer, so it's going to be 64 player. That's not a big shock. Because it's DICE, they did that with Battlefield.
Yep.
Let's see here. Space to land battles are happening, but will only be available in certain modes.
Sure.
Downloadable content is said to be extremely aggressive. Not a big surprise if you have a property like Star Wars.
You're buying season pass, bitches.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I'm doing.
Multiple seasons.
Yeah.
I think.
Fine by me.
So, slight divergence. Is Killer Instinct the only game that has had a season 2 for any of their content?
I mean, you mean formally titled Season 2?
Well, I mean,
Smite just started Season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like $60 retail product has more than one season pass for a separate amount of content.
Well, I mean, Killer Instinct wasn't $60, but
Borderlands
Also-
should have.
you're right.
I think it's
yeah,
just
sure they didn't.
it's purely a naming thing.
Yeah, but the naming implies there will be multiple
Because like
rounds
you could
of content
basically
you can buy
say
in bulk.
every single Street Fighter since Street Fighter 4 has had
That's a good point.
season
Yes.
passes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They
They
are
just
kinda.
didn't phrase it that way.
Ultra was super. Okay, well, back to Star Wars.
Actually, I had a question about
I
that.
know.
So, what would you be okay with a Star Wars game that was in seasons? Like, maybe there's an exclusive narrative that you. Oh, by the way, you can mind trick people. It's pretty cool.
Have him jump into the.
I think I was head spark.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say where you play like, say the game is like I don't know $20-$30 or something like that, and then like you buy it in packs, so you play through all the episodes, like but you have to buy them. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I would. I mean, it depends on the pricing model. Killer Instinct, Lawrence brought up, is a great example because it's a fighting game that did what fighting games should have done a decade ago, which is here are some new characters as opposed to a purely new release. Like here are some new characters and some new game mechanics or whatever. Where you don't have to pay for it entirely all again, and it's not technically DLC. It's just here's the next season of it.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna screw this up for you. That's
All right.
not the way it's gonna work.
All right.
The way it's going to work is it's gonna be like Battlefield 4. They're gonna sell the game at $60 or $70, whatever it is, and they're gonna make the season pass an extra $50.
Yeah.
And you'll get Battlefront Premium or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be because DICE is making it. It's gonna be the same deal. I'm sure it worked well for them, except for the launch. Obviously, the launch was garbage, but I'm sure they sold a shit ton. So that's probably what's going to happen with Battlefront, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with doing that. That's not a problem.
This is going to be a AAA game, and I feel like you're going to be paying $60 for a AAA game, no matter the format, no matter the delivery system, and no matter how they plan to roll out future content. So,
All I know is EA has the exclusive license, right?
For Star Wars, really?
Yeah, that's what
Holy
That's
shit! I didn't know that.
I'm almost positive they have the exclusive right to make any video game. So
Yeah.
chances are any video game ever, any Star Wars video game.
They're accurately modeled stormtroopers. To
Hey,
be fair.
Spool, can you Google that? Find out.
R.I.P. LucasArts.
No. Can you Google that?
Well, yeah.
I am pretty sure it's
I
EA.
found your guys' sex flash game.
All right.
oh, did you?
Oh, it's back up.
Spool,
Nice.
Can you Google what I asked?
Slack me that.
Can you ask for the content, not for what you're doing?
But I'm watching you guys have sex with each
It's
other.
like that
Okay.
part in A New Hope where he has to turn off the thing.
EA Star Wars license. Yeah, I think Adam's right. Also, one more rumor that Leaky Bits figured out. The game will ship with several of the Force Awakens characters already, but some won't be added until DLC. So like they're saying there's going to be a bunch of Force Awakens characters in the game.
I can interpret that in several ways.
So that'd be skins, right?
No, like actual characters.
Like
you're playing
you
single player,
interact with, or you play as them.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You can play as the main dude, but it's him from Attack the Block.
Yeah.
Not actually
Oh,
from
cool.
Star Wars.
John Boyega.
It's him from Selma.
So it's like, listen up, bruv. What's all this then, bruv?
What's his name?
Believe.
Bodega Louie or whatever.
Bodega Louie is his
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
No, John Boyega.
Yeah, it's Bodega Louie.
I did Mama number 5.
Back in 2013, EA and Disney made a deal that EA gets all exclusive Star Wars rights for 10 years.
There you go.
Bam. Just
2023.
they got the NFL and they got Star Wars.
So look forward to a lot of
Jump up to
PewDiePie
that
plays
button.
Star Wars.
Why does PewDiePie do
Because
it?
Disney.
Oh,
Boom.
that's right. Good point.
He loves it when we say that Disney owns him, by the way.
I know, that's why I say it.
Yeah, we should work it into more videos. So that concludes our Battlefront will probably be cool segment of the talk.
on.
Let's
We
move.
never really talked about whether or not it'll be
Let's
cool.
move into why Battlefront's terrible.
Oh, the old
Talk.
games.
Oh man, you
the
guys
old
are
games.
jerks.
It's mostly me just being an old man at this
fine.
point. But I have never understood the love for Battlefront.
Did you play it when it first came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I played it when it first came out, I was like, this is just a garbage ripoff of Battlefield.
You're not American.
Clearly.
No, Lawrence is right. And I love Star Wars.
My
And
thing is
That's pretty awesome.
It's like the Matrix. and shit.
it feels like Battlefront was one of those games where, like, if you go back and can play GoldenEye now, it's shit.
Yeah, it's
It's
terrible.
a piece of shit game.
Boy, it's awful.
But it did so much at the time. For me, and I've said this several times, I love killing things that aren't necessarily other player controlled things because I can actually accomplish that, right? And while it is just kind of a Battlefield ripoff, it did have that whole element of we're going to create a large-scale war by flooding it with other things that aren't necessarily you or your friend that you're playing against. And I'm totally down for that. And also, I was hoping for that for Battlefield Hardline, but they're not doing it.
No way, bro.
Ever since like Titanfall did it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So if that's what this is, awesome. I'm excited for it.
That's, you know what? That's, oh boy. That's a really interesting take, because I remember at the time when I saw that they were just like throwing a bunch of stormtroopers in there for you to kill, I was very edgy, and I thought, look at this. They can't even handle 16 players. They got to throw all these stupid AI stormtroopers at you. This is stupid. But to hear you say it like that,
Make them
it's
all
actually
match.
a lot more valid.
I wouldn't argue that they did it because they were like, innovative new gameplay mechanic that'll be really popular in 10 years or more. Like, I bet they probably did do it because they're like, we can't even get 16 players in this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think
It
it was probably compensatory.
I feel like a lot of the people who have any sort of nostalgia for it were definitely primarily on console. The game did come out on PC, but like people were, by the time it came out, by today's standards, you look at it and you're like, this game's a piece of shit, didn't age very well. But like that was the best you could get on a console at the time. It was on PS2, and it was just like it was like game changing. It was like, holy crap, you can play as a Jedi in the middle of a battlefield. Battlefront 1, I don't think you could do that. I think they just randomly
The
spawned.
heroes, yeah.
But then part 2, which came out like not too long after that, like only like a year after or something like that, you could play as a Jedi and run around.
Obi-Wan is approaching.
Yeah.
right, yeah,
And it
with
was,
Funhaus,
and you'd
yeah.
be like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. Like it was, and yeah, the game has not aged well at all. But if DICE is taking it over, you would think they would do it justice, right?
Oh, I'm sure they will. And that's the thing I'm excited about, because it's basically, it got renowned for knocking off Battlefield, and now the guys who actually made Battlefield are going to make it.
Yep.
So they're going to add in all the secret sauces that they have
This is
jerked off all.
This is
Penises.
probably such an old man mentality that I don't expect anyone to share with me, but I like just being a part of the war. I don't want to be the hero.
Really?
I don't
I
care
get
about being
you.
the hero
I get
anymore.
you.
Oh
Like,
man, I want to be the hero.
I
don't
don't be like
care.
a boots to the ground, like lasers all around.
I'm
you know?
totally down with just being in it, just being in the thick of it, being a part of the war.
Joel-
No expectation to survive. It's fun to me.
Joel, do you want to be a Jedi or do you want to be just a part of the war?
I want to be a bard that travels from planet to planet singing the deeds of the heroes.
You know, Joel, in Galaxies, there was an entire class based just around dancing.
Entertainers.
Yep, you could be a Twi'lek.
You know what you do is you'd hit /dance and
Yep.
then you leave your computer for 9 hours.
Yes, you would.
I'm not kidding. And people
And you would level up.
Well,
people
yeah.
you and you level up.
Yeah, because you had to you had what was it, morale or stamina or something? You had a meter that would you'd have to go watch a dancer to make it go back up so you could go farm or something. And yeah, the courtesy was you would tip them before you would leave.
So what's the fun of playing that class then?
You get to
There
leave.
was no fun. That's
It plays
right.
itself.
So,
It's great.
So Joel could be like size Snoodles.
No, that's if I'm a bard. I'd be like
Well,
Ula
he could
if
do
I
both.
were a Twilight dancer.
He could do both because I think you could play instruments too. I can't remember.
Oh.
Either way, I mean, we've talked about this before, but Star Wars is basically fantasy.
Yeah.
And so there you go, Joel. Maybe that'll be in
Right, that's why I said I want to be a
Battlefront.
bard, not like a galactic hyper musician or something.
I want to be a
stupid.
regular soldier who goes to visit Joel and then just sits there for 5 hours.
Yeah. While he
You have
lap
to tip him
dances.
too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Slash tip him.
I want Joel to be my
You
fantasy.
could pay me to compose a ballad of your.
I don't have that kind of cash.
Oh, well,
I'm just
okay.
a soldier. That's something you do for heroes, Joel.
Do you have a life insurance policy?
Absolutely not.
Oh, well, then never mind. Your poor family.
No family.
Yeah.
I'm just a soldier.
Oh man.
Do you have a last name? Do you have a first name?
Meat grunt.
Yeah, they call me Meat Grunt
Okay.
or Oogle.
M-E-E-T
for
or
short.
M-E-A-t?
M-E-A-T.
Make it past him.
M-E-E-E-T-T-T-E-T.
the British
Lawrence, what should we? Is there anything you actually want to see in Star Wars Battlefront that you haven't yet seen in Battlefield?
Jedi's.
Jedi's.
All right, that's enough. I'm trying to include Joel, and Joel only makes jokes.
A lot of the rumors are very promising, and I feel like now that DICE is able to work exclusively with this gen hardware, I feel like they're going to do a lot of cool stuff. What they were describing, like space to ground fighting,
Yeah.
super cool. What I want to see is the kind of stuff you saw in Empire, where there's like artillery on the ground shooting up into space, and then you can be space and just see these giant fucking lasers like erupt from the planet's surface.
The ion cannons.
Yeah, they knock out shields and shit.
Those are
Those are
cannons.
okay. So one of the things that I thought of, that I really identified that I liked about Battlefield 4 and to a lesser extent 3 is that you can spawn in the middle of a fight and then situationally kind of pick your own objective. So you spawn here and you're like, well, I'm really close to C, it's not captured yet, I'm gonna go get C. You go over there and you start capturing it, and then the meter halts, and then there's like, oh shit, there's someone here, and then you get your cool little cat and mouse. I think it'd be great to have a war happening at Battlefront where it's like space and ground, and there's certain units that can fire in between those two kind of strata of the fight.
That game exists. It's called Dust, and nobody played it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, so that's the problem, and
but-
Because it wasn't Star Wars.
The PS3 exclusive.
well,
Dust.
that is an important point, because with Dust and games like Mag, it was so big, and they focused on the scale and not really on your like time to bullet or whatever the time to action. And Battlefield 4 was actually really smart about that, because you could spawn on squad, you could spawn at points. So I could see it being the sort of thing where you see your galactic map of the fight, and you can either spawn up in space, you can spawn on the ground.
God, run!
And you can kind of pick your own objectives based on that. So say there's this ion cannon, the planetary ion cannon that's just really fucking up your cruisers. You can say, all right, I'm going to return a Jedi this thing. I'm going to sneak in there, commando it, blow it up, take it out, so you guys up top can start to do orbital bombardments, take out their walkers or something like that. It'd be really cool to make some of the fights that you saw in the movie, like, to appreciate them from a tactical level emergently while you play. That's what I want.
I
just
feel
want
like
the
they
world.
need to take a page out of the book of Titanfall for that. You need to have a lot of AI running around doing
Yeah.
crazy
yeah,
shit.
you're right.
I agree. The only way
Attack on Titan.
So you can do like 32v32, but I feel like if you're splitting the battle up to space and ground and any layers in between, 32v32 is probably not enough. So yeah, some like feeder ships that are just there to get blown up, and maybe have that space popcorn effect that's so cool looking.
Do you want to participate in any specific battles from the Star Wars canon?
I do.
Battle Coruscant, Episode 3.
Oh, that's a good one.
That
Okay.
opening space battle
Yeah.
that looks like
Pod
a video
Race,
game.
episode 1.
That's not a battle.
It's not a battle.
It is. It's a battle of speed between Sebulba and young Anakin Skywalker.
I wanna,
Yavin 4.
yeah, you haven't before.
Yavin
Definitely
4's
want to be
good
Death Star Trench. Yeah.
That's absolutely going to happen.
Also the Battle of Endor, where they fly through the Death Star and Return of the Jedi. Oh my god.
I think your
Oh
best.
jeez. Oh no.
I think your best hope though for like
horrible person.
existing battles, the space to land is Hoth, obviously.
Absolutely,
Yes.
Hoth is that's the prime candidate.
And to me, that's where if you want to have AI units,
Hold on.
like what?
What was the space element in Hoth?
Well, all the Imperial
The Star Destroyers?
Stormtroopers-
So what
Stormtroopers.
blocking
the shuttles were leaving Hoth, and they were trying to get past the Star Destroyers. That
Past
were-
the blockade.
that were
Off those
blockading.
catch with the day.
So that they shot the ion cannon at the Star Destroyers to
Yeah.
bring those down, so they couldn't shoot at the
Civilian
And meanwhile, the
transports.
Star Destroyers are trying from space to destroy the ion cannons.
Yeah. So
They just
Doesn't
couldn't.
seem very exciting.
well, I don't know.
Well, for
It's
the
just one guy at a console going, almost got it.
Well, so the thing would have to be like,
That would be me.
Almost got it.
it'd have to be the sort of thing where you can't even spawn as a guy. Did you just pinch his nip?
on.
Oh.
I
Is
gave
it-
him
this
a medal
gave me
for
medal.
almost getting it.
Nice job. the way I could see it happening is happening in phases, kind of like a map of Rush or something like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, good
you're
point.
doing Hoth. The first phase is you're the Imperials landing in the Walkers, and you're the Rebellion and Snowspeeders, and you fight there for a little bit. And then if they destroy the ion cannons in 10 minutes, then suddenly you can spawn as a planetary bombardment operator in a Star Destroyer, and you're just like flinging down death. They had this kind of thing in 4. Like if you had certain points captured and you were the commander, you could fire cruise missiles. You could drop down like
You can send out scout droids.
yeah.
Ooh, to scout out your enemy's bases.
It's mostly just to spam them with speech that doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
they also had the bomber. Remember the bomber from Battlefield?
TIE bombers.
TIE bombers, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Y-wings and stuff. So all that stuff is there, and it would be really cool to have that play out. Maybe you could even have like
Red one.
maps that end in potential like alternate history endings that aren't canon but would still be really cool. So obviously, like if you do a Battle of Yavin and the Death Star survives, like that would be kind of cool.
I guess for those who don't know, I think the reason I think we're slightly ahead of ourselves explaining. If you don't know, there was some leaked footage from Battlefront 3 a while ago. Now it's just renamed Battlefront. But there was basically 3 levels of fight. So there was ground, air, and then space.
Well, that was the Free Radical one, right?
Yeah, and so you have to imagine that they're still going with that concept. Or there might only be certain battles that are land, and then certain ones that are space.
That's
or
what the
certain ones
rumor
that are,
indicated, yeah.
But then there might be 1 or 2 levels that are just like all 3.
Are there
And that's
sea
just,
battles?
Naboo.
Only against the Gungans.
Yeah. There's always a bigger fish.
Boss Nass commands a fleet of Nemoidian hyperpods.
I just want to work at the cloning facility.
Yeah, you can be one of those cool like space elves. They were
You almost there, Adam.
Well, it would be kind of cool if since they
There
had
it is.
that hierarchy of things, it would make matchmaking easier. Because you're like, fuck,
I
the
see.
ground battle's full. I'm
Yeah.
just going to spawn into this one, and then it can let you know if it's available. Or you can basically, say you want to earn your way to the next level. Like, you spawn into the ground level, so that way you can get enough kills or rack up enough
That'd be kinda
XP to
cool.
get into the next level.
kind of like
You
how in Titanfall you can
and you can
spend
trade
points
it
to
in, or
summon
you can
Titan.
stay, or whatever.
That's what you do in Battlefield right now. In Rush, you basically you end up driving some boats to a beach. You rush that beach. You take those points, and then you move on. They give you tanks and they give you artillery, and they sort of upgrade your vehicles along the way. It's the same thing. You can just go from land to space. That'd be really cool.
But I don't know if that's what you were getting at, James. But you could have this marriage of like flooding the map with AI, and then the Titanfall sensibility, where like if you're not very good at killing humans or you're trying to play a different strategy, you just go around, kill AI, accrue your Titan points, and then say, okay, I'm gonna spawn in as Obi-Wan. Like I'm gonna spend 100 points to spawn in as Obi-Wan, or I'm gonna spawn in like an ATST or something like that. And that's the escalation of the fight. So it starts off with just a bunch of people with shitty little blasters murdering each other, but it ramps up, and then by the end of it, you've just got ATSTs running into each other. You've got Star Destroyers crashing into a single dude on the top of a mountain. Actually, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Really cool. You didn't
Kamikaze
do it on
Star
the blue one.
Destroyers.
You know, now I'm
like
imagining
Gun
it.
Game.
I don't know if that matters.
Yeah.
I did them all.
Well, yeah, a lot of games
Gun
operate that
Game.
way. Call of Duty does that.
You did the diagram
you
for the
did.
red one on all of them.
What the fuck?
Is that the same for all of them?
I don't know how this works.
Well, it only showed you the red one.
The worst thing in this game is the puzzles. They're so unnecessary.
What button were you pressing to bring up the red
You're
one?
supposed to think while you're playing video games.
E
All right, so press E
on this thing?
on the blue one.
Well, that will just change that.
No, but what button were you pressing to see what diagram you need to create?
O tab.
See, that's red. Red clearance code.
That
Well,
probably
you did it,
opened
you
a
did it.
door.
I know, but maybe you need to do the blue clearance code.
No, it says investigate. You have to do the other
You have to
two.
find the other
Yeah, that's
code.
what I'm saying.
There's a
So he doesn't know what the
button.
other codes are.
Adam's very good at video games. If you're listening over the radio, Adam's very good at video
It's kind
games.
of a shit. I hate when the puzzles reveal to you the objectives you just completed. They're like, all right, follow the path down.
Yeah, it's just-
to
I
figure
had to
out that
see the
you just
thing.
did this on your own without our help.
On the note of Jedi Outcast, remember Force Unleashed and how disappointing that was?
Oh, yes.
Anybody? And that this
Yes.
game is I'm already having infinitely more fun time with it. Oh, she's doing it.
It's channels.
The last level of Force Unleashed is fun. You gotta kick Ewoks.
The last level of Force Unleashed 2 was okay. I like the last fight in Unleashed 2.
When you fight, was it Darth Vader or something?
Yeah, it's not canon, but it
When
was still
Force
kind of
Unleashed
cool.
came out, everybody talked about, well, this is way better than the
Yep.
movies were. So I think there's a lot of revisionist history going on with Force
is.
Unleashed.
Force Unleashed 1,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good game. Well, as long as it lasted. There were some like cutscenes in there that felt like genuinely charming Star Wars again.
Sure. I
Which,
mean,
was rare, but
all it had to do was be better than Jedi Outcast, though.
yeah,
Or Jedi Academy.
didn't do that.
No, it was horrible.
There you
Well, in other news,
Remember all those great Star Wars games, except Adam is only listing ones that he hates?
No, it was weird when LucasArts
Except
took
for this,
over.
which is apparently his favorite.
So no, all the games that I liked that were made that were Star Wars games, or whatever, were done by other studios that were not LucasArts.
Really?
When LucasArts, yeah, LucasArts. My only ones I can think of off the top of my head were probably TIE Fighter or Rebel Assault.
Yeah.
Rebel Assault 1 and 2. 2
Yeah.
was definitely one of my favorites.
X-Wing- 2 is
X-Wing
amazing.
and TIE Fighter are both great.
Yeah, no, and that's about it. Like, was it Factor 5 or whoever the hell was the one who did?
the Rogue Squadrons.
Yeah, they did the Rogue Squadrons, which were fantastic, and
The
then
Empire.
I didn't really like Shadow of the Empire.
I like Shadows of the Empire.
I did too.
Dash Render.
I thought it was
It was
okay.
basically the
No, it's
closest thing to playing as Han Solo.
It's actually pretty phenomenal to go back for the era that it came out because it has like shooting levels, it has jetpack levels, it has speeder levels, it has
it's got
bike
vehicle
levels,
levels.
it's got
Sure.
space levels. It's great.
Most N64 games just haven't aged very well, but that's whatever. That's a product of the time.
I think it's
But,
also a product of the controller.
but then also Pandemic. Was it Pandemic was the one who did? Was it Battlefront? So
I think so, yeah.
Huzzah!
Well,
Rip.
yeah, Battlefront's like, it's okay.
It's the one everyone remembers as being the best.
I remember playing and I think it was Battlefield 2 had a skinned Star Wars mod
Oh,
where
yeah.
like everything was Star Wars. There was a really, really good mod for Battlefield 2, and it was
I think I
better
played
than
that too.
Battlefront.
Yeah, I think I remember
it
that.
was because it was Battlefield 2. The gameplay was Battlefield, only it was just all skinned Star Wars and vehicles and things like that. It was really cool.
That's
I've
just,
actually played Battlefield then.
that's just the thing with just Star Wars in general. I think it lends itself to be so many good different types of games.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's why I'm, in my
movies
opinion,
have
it's,
everything.
it's the best licensed thing out there in terms of making video games for it. You were mentioning something, Bruce, about Respawn working on it.
Oh yeah,
potentially.
Respawn. So I just read a story like literally 5 minutes ago that said Respawn Entertainment, guys that worked on Titanfall, are working on possibly a Star Wars game. But this is like some YouTube video that was like, they're working on a new game.
Already
It's
did that.
probably Star Wars. Bye. And then he left. So like there was no source.
Yeah.
It was just
So
sort
it's
of
like
like
makingstarwars.com.
makingstarwars.net.
Oh, sorry.
And that's Leaky Bits. No, it wasn't Leaky Bits, who I trust.
Yeah.
It was just some other dude on YouTube.
I'll take leaky bits to my grave.
And I mean, like that would be amazing.
That'd
if they
be
did.
interesting if Titanfall didn't do well enough that Respawn Entertainment is just gonna like sell it off to Xbox and go, here you go, you can friggin' own it. We don't
Also,
care.
now Adam, that you bring that up, that's actually really makes a lot of sense because EA owns the Star Wars license,
Yeah.
and
I don't know if they published Titanfall. They don't own it though, right?
Um,
I'm almost
no,
positive.
they do not own it.
no, they don't own it. But that's what I'm saying though. Like EA could say, hey, Respawn, make a Star Wars game.
You
for
figure out
us.
a better use for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will make you stupid amounts of money. You down, yo?
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, already with that like in mind, I'm like, I can imagine a pretty cool Star Wars skin on Titanfall.
Absolutely.
Like just like, okay, you can just be playing as a group of like badass stormtroopers, and you have these different sort of mech vehicles, and they're like just different, or just ADSTs. Like it all kind of fits. It's a weird. The Star Wars universe is so vast that it's like you could pretty much slap any skin on it.
It also inspired anyone like that's over the age of 10
That's true, yeah.
into
Yeah.
what they chose to create if they went down this path. So
that's a good point too.
Man.
Okay,
I
well,
don't remember what I'm doing.
speaking of paths, we came to the end of a pretty intense one. We visited Austin to go to Let's Play Live.
uh-oh.
Not Joel didn't.
I wasn't there. I wasn't invited.
Joel, do you want to hear about how fun it was?
Yes!
Boy, it was a lot of fun.
Did
Boy,
you drink
howdy.
beer?
Did.
Did you hang out with
Yes.
Blaine?
Did.
Yes.
Mostly Blaine, yes.
He drove us around in his car.
In his HHR.
Oh,
wonderful.
yeah. So
We had to
went out-
stack 5 deep in that car.
Yeah, we all went to barbecue, and then we realized we had too many people in the car. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Wait,
Oh,
you're
it's-
going too fast.
It's cause some people needed to go back to the hotel.
We just decided not to lift. Is all.
I forgot what it
That
was.
was it.
Well, there was a second car though.
But somehow we got there with.
I think
there weren't as many people.
Nobody cares about your barbecue. Tell us about Let's Play Live.
Yeah, that's
All
actually
right.
excellent point. Let's Play Live.
It was surreal.
It was
for me,
like-
at least.
It was like a concert. basically.
Explain why it was surreal.
You know,
Well,
it was people playing video games where a vast audience of like 1,000 kids is cheering for them to play Minecraft.
Yeah.
So it's just like a concert. Like they were playing
Not just
a
Minecraft,
song that they loved, only
Yeah.
this was a game they loved, and they were involved.
Did they do their best hits from their videos? Like make the same jokes that the kids love?
No, so that was the unique thing about it. How a lot of people kept comparing it to a concert, but at the same time, they made brand new material that will never
Yeah.
air anywhere.
it's weird because
Going to a
imagine
fish show.
you go to a concert and they play songs and they're like, you're only gonna hear these songs here. thank you, good night. Like that's kind of weird, but that's how it is.
It's obviously not an apples to apples sort of thing, but like it was.
Really, Adam?
Shut up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where you are right
I'm
now?
a Jedi. I can do whatever the fuck I want. There, I beat the game.
Secret area found. 0 of 2.
There wasn't a giant glowing arrow telling him where to go. So
But it was a whole multimedia show. The crazy thing about it is it was a multimedia experience as well, because like they showed the Laser Team trailer. They had like a music video.
They had a DJ at the beginning.
They had a DJ at the beginning.
You guys have met Jeremy, right? He's the shorter guy who looks like me on Achievement Hunter.
Yeah.
I found out later he wrote and sang that opening rap song.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
The Tower
him,
of Pimps?
the Minecraft.
Yeah, so freaking, he was awesome.
We sang a song once. We never wrote it.
I sound like the guy from the B-52, so whatever. Everyone's...
and he's somewhat popular.
People
People tolerate him.
No.
Fred,
No.
what's his name?
Durst.
Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen.
Anyway, let's play live.
What the thing I couldn't stop thinking of is 20 years ago, video gaming for me was hiding in my room and like terrified to bring it up to anyone at school, lest I sound like the biggest nerd in the world. And yet here it is on a stage with people losing their minds just because people were all in like, hey, I'm gonna play Minecraft for a bit and make some jokes.
I think
People were just like, oh fuck it, and they're like rolling in the aisles, vomiting on themselves, ripping out their own teeth.
absolutely you are sort of right, but James and I didn't have that upbringing.
I didn't have that upbringing, but that's because I didn't care that much. I from a very young age, was like, well, I'm going to be who I'm going to be. So, but I do know that there is that
There is
connotation,
absolutely that
that a lot of people that are into
were like-
that medium, especially back then, would feel that that's what they're supposed to do.
My town had a population of like 5,000. I was the only one who liked video games that I knew. I had a friend who played some. I had 2 friends that played some, but that was about it. Like,
Are they girls?
no, damn it, Jesus, no.
Were they hot girls?
If only.
How hot were they?
One was fairly hot,
I
actually.
like the glass. I like that there's a glass window right there, but then they have the security gate.
So it's, you guys didn't like feel any culture shock or just.
No, to me it was surreal. I was like, I can't believe this is something that's actually happening. But
I guess I was the only one that could. I was not surprised in the least. It was one of those things where, because the more and more I talk to people about video games and on YouTube and all that other stuff, and I tell them, there's people making millions of dollars doing this, and there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people watching. For some reason, I convinced myself that it wasn't a big thing, and eventually, the more I talked about it, the more I was like, holy shit, this thing is really, really huge. So when we got there, there were 1,000 people that were willing to pay and cheer and watch and have fun. I was like, yeah, this makes total sense.
Especially because, if you've ever gone to PAX.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, I mean you guys, not you guys.
Oh.
But you guys have been to PAX. Like, you've seen panels
Right,
where people are playing games that have more. Like, some of those rooms have more than 1,000
But-
people capacity,
That's
and
true.
they get crowded. Like,
yeah, but those are bigger. Those aren't just specifically that.
That's
that
true.
you can have. You
That's
can have
true.
any number of 15 to 20 different interests, and then there will be something that scratches that itch.
Also, keep in mind it was in it's not a huge town. It's Austin. And then it was also a 4.5 hour show. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty hardcore crowd right there.
Right. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay the significance of what y'all did. I'm just saying, like,
Right. You're mad you didn't go.
We didn't do
We
anything.
didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything.
of the event.
Did negative.
Yeah, we were just.
But to Bruce's point, I absolutely see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I think those kind of events are going to happen more and more often with different groups. And you're probably going to see like a super tour at some point, like
Like a perfect circle?
basically Lollapalooza for games, or Lilith Fair. You guys,
Lilith Fair!
We would be in the Lilith Fair
Oh,
for
man.
games.
Joel, I'm gonna need you to explain that reference.
That's
you explain
Festival for Lesbians.
When a group of lesbians love each other, they put on a concert.
There we go.
I thought
That's
scissor.
That's what I needed.
And Paula Cole needs something to do. So
But it wouldn't surprise me if, say, in a certain amount of time, like you see, just like VidCon is the con for vloggers, like you're going to see traveling concerts of video gamers. Jesus Christ.
Why me?
Have some respect.
I think the most surreal thing though was that we were there.
Oh,
Yeah.
We were a part of
That
it
was
because
crazy.
this is the first one. Like I can see this becoming a thing. Totally understand that, but the fact that we were there for arguably the first one of those things that may become a thing is kind of crazy.
It felt significant. Like I'll be one of the first to admit that like when they first announced it, I'm like, how the hell are they going to pull this off? Because I couldn't envision it. I was like, this sounds next to impossible. But the production value was like much higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like
the only one that was like, yeah, this makes total sense. Like I was like,
real concert.
It was like, it was like it made a lot of sense that they spent a lot of money.
I guess they
was the
put
venue?
more. What is it?
the
Moody
the Austin City Limits
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
theater.
Okay.
Was it a movie theater or a concert hall or whatever? Moody theater, not a movie theater. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, like, I just expected like 3 dudes at a little setup table and sign some autographs, play some games, and call it a day. But like, if you can see pictures online, but like, it was way more produced than it had any right to be.
Here's the reason.
And it was just really good.
I thought it would be highly produced is because when we do our little crappy panels at PAX, we actually put some time and effort into them. So like
PowerPoint.
we sit around, we actually make sure we're going to do a gameplay live. And these are just for a few hundred kids at a PAX. And we
So
think
an adult or two.
We think maybe
Parents.
We think they're parents.
Confused
We think they're
homeless
kind of
people.
small, but I mean like if you're going to make somebody pay $50 or $100 or whatever the admission was into this thing, then you're going to give them their money's worth. You know, and I was like, I definitely could see how this thing could get big and be an event that a lot of people can go to and tour the country and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I hope it does. I mean, I do and I don't, because I know how tired all those guys were afterwards, and it took a lot out of them. So I can't imagine them doing that, even 5 more times this year or anything like that. Like,
Well,
it'd be exhausting.
Again, imagine it though, like a concert tour where the band isn't doing the setup, the band isn't like unloading buses, the band isn't doing any of that. They're just showing up and playing and signing autographs, and some terrible roadie who's chain smoking doobies in the parking lot has to do all the work.
Joel's speaking from personal experience.
Chain smoking doobies.
Joel was a country singer.
Yeah.
Touring the Southwest.
I want to see Joel in tight jeans.
Okay, I'll bring him in tomorrow.
Say, tomorrow.
Gonna be a good day.
One of the parts I loved about
granted.
what I loved about the whole show was it felt very unscripted.
Yeah.
Like they basically had an outline where they're like, okay, we're gonna play games, and then whatever happens.
Yeah.
And I saw a few people online being like, it was kind of lame how scripted it was when Michael broke his guitar on screen. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
that was not scripted.
No.
they talked about it 5 minutes before he did it, but that's like most things in life.
Well, no, the controller kept disconnecting.
Yeah.
That was not scripted. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, there was a bunch. Who was it? Who was talking to Gus and said that there was like pyrotechnics that were supposed to go off afterwards? Like,
I don't know. I didn't
on
hear
stage?
about that.
Yeah.
Was that you, Adam?
I don't know if I was supposed to release that information.
Oh
Whoops.
boy.
I mean,
Cut.
I'm not
my
editing it
point
out.
is there was like stuff that was like bigger stuff that was even supposed to happen that they had to adapt to on the fly because it wasn't scripted.
But it was a magical night, all told. If Let's Play Live comes to your town, we encourage you to see it today.
I did see. I think one fan in particular said he's like, I bought my ticket just to see Funhaus. And
Oh,
I
that
was
was
like,
dumb.
Gee,
I was like,
Stupid decision.
well,
we didn't say it. We just screamed a lot.
Yeah.
We played Idar, which is still.
we were involved, for just a little bit. Spirit Attack was there too, but like it was called Let's Play Live.
Yeah, it's definitely
Not.
for those guys.
It wasn't. I mean,
Kind of reminds me of the people that say like, I bought a PS4 because I thought I could play GTA 5 with you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, first of all, thank you. Second of all, never buy anything because of us, unless it's
Yeah.
something that directly gives us money and we tell you to.
there's a guy on Twitter saying like, why don't you play GTA on PS3? I'm like, that's a great question. It's not, because then you're that unique of a person, of an individual, that you're the only person we should be servicing. Like,
Yes.
come on, I understand there's a group of people out there, but like,
Sounds like a real
Where did
asshole
this
right
come
now.
from?
I do sound like an asshole. I'm sorry, but it's like,
how did someone being supportive of us at Let's Play Live turn into Adam going, "Fuck you, we're not playing GTA on PS3"?
I'm just saying it's don't expect a large group.
Don't
of people
expect me to
go
do
the-
anything for you, the audience.
I know.
No, but
I
they're
mean,
not
we-
asking us
Look, I
to.
may be
He was-
tired after
it was
Let's Play
like
Live. I don't want to talk to you.
Someone was just going.
I just want to play with you.
No.
You guys see one little exploit and you just go in.
Adam's a beautiful
motherfuckers.
man. He loves.
Check your objectives so you know.
He
what
loves
you're
our
doing.
fans.
I don't know what I need to do.
Let's look at
Oh, I
fan
know what
art.
to do.
I mean, it's
fine.
called show and tell now. They're
Really?
going to sue us. No, yeah, just turn on a clip, fly to the end. Hooray for video games. This is a fun game. I love it. I love playing it. Level design's good. Love the
Yeah, go
combat.
there you go.
The
That's
force is strong with this one.
I like who's looking around.
Oh, jeez.
Fan art. Everybody look at this. Here we got some
yeah.
some pictures from Let's Play Live.
Cool.
They are. Look at that.
Of us getting Gust on stage.
Gus bombed on Idar. Gosh,
Can I just say, God damn it?
I know nobody's face could have made me more upset at
Oh
that
no,
moment.
I was gonna say.
No,
that.
I loved it.
I was just gonna say. what the fuck were you guys doing when we were playing IDAR?
I was trying to play the game and it wasn't
didn't
working.
feel like it.
I was
really
trying.
didn't feel like it.
I scored a few times.
I don't think you
What?
did. I
You
don't-
absolutely didn't.
I think it
I
was
totally
just
did.
Lauren- I think it was
You
just
may have
Lawrence
scored
and James.
once for them. That's the
No,
You may have
I'm-
scored once for them because we scored 3 total goals all by me.
There was one specific moment I remember I did score.
Well,
I'm not sure.
I remember
Which
a lot
character
of
were
specific
you?
moments of me doing
Because you
nothing.
had no idea the whole time.
I was the red arcade machine.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right.
Either. I just know I didn't do anything.
I also did nothing.
Yeah.
I think at some point I had control of the ball, but the only way I know that is because I immediately lost the ball by throwing it in a random direction.
Right.
So, yes, I apologize for my confusion.
Well, you guys were like trying to pass and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, just run.
Yeah.
You just run and try and get away from them because they're having as hard a time as we are.
Rooster Teeth also tweeted out some pictures of it, so thank you for that. All right, let's get into the real stuff. So, Peter Herniak,
Oh shit! Boy, that's awesome. Holy
man.
shit!
he drew most of us. I don't know why he was especially cruel to you, Bruce. He gave you a bald spot, but you have a cock revolver and you're farting.
What do you mean me?
I don't even have a bald spot.
But I'm pretty sure
you
this is
need
supposed
one?
to be Bruce because of all the hair.
That's what I assumed.
Am I wrong?
I mean, I have a bald spot, kind of, but that's from.
No,
That's a cowlick.
Yeah, that's not a. That's
Well, no,
that's
that's
a
I'm-
swirly swirl.
that's surgery
Everyone
I
says
got on
I'm
my
the one
head.
with the bald
Yeah,
spot.
that's
why
what
I'm really
confuses me.
confused.
I don't know.
Thinning hair.
And then,
the
of
thinning
yeah.
hair, but
It seems to be a combination of like 3 of us. Maybe it's like a Vegito type scenario.
course, Adam is Batman Goku.
yeah.
All right. I got like scoliosis. That's fine.
Yeah,
Back
got
problems.
crazy posture.
There's Spool.
Yeah, there's Spool.
wait, what is this?
Oh, that's Lawrence.
That's me. I'm not sure why I have long hair and a suit.
Spool's ripped.
No, Lawrence is on the computer.
Yeah, well, no, I'm breaking away from the computer. See,
Oh,
that's me still.
I'm confused.
just like
I
real
think
life.
I'm upset that people still think I'm a guy on a laptop when I'm not anymore.
This is
Oh,
hyper
okay.
You're a guy in a
stylized.
podcast.
But now I appear to be the suave anime man who like always has a plan and is always revealing the plan. Like,
Yeah. Except for the one thing that really frustrates your plan is that you never have enough coffee beans, apparently.
Ah.
You kind of look like Faust from Guilty Gear.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Need to bounce around on a giant
Right?
Everybody
Oh, yeah,
likes
guilty
Tell me
gear,
about
right,
it.
guys?
scalpel.
Please,
Anyway,
yeah.
Naomi Chicoine?
Oh, holy shit.
This is
Yeah.
so good.
How did she do this?
I don't care.
Ah.
I
Stitching.
love it so much.
She is intensely talented.
Yeah.
We got a little something for you in the mail. It's a cease and desist letter.
But she made us a giant felt. Damn, this key.
It's okay, it's alright. We know what it looks like.
Yeah,
It's alright.
stuffed dude soup can,
Yeah,
and
I
also
see that
a dude soup and Funhaus keychain.
Those are so good.
They're so adorable. I really want those on my keys.
Yeah,
Sign them over, Naomi.
Yeah, once
please.
again, don't freak out when
Yeah.
our lawyer contacts you.
Put them on Etsy so we can buy them and use them as evidence against you in the court of law. Taylor Edwards or Raw Riot on Twitter. Oh, thanks for that. Drew the dude soup.
Yeah.
Which has
A
a
little
Pikakovic.
batarang
Yeah.
is in there.
Yep.
Adam's little
disgusting.
baby hand coming out.
That is really gross. It's all green.
I like how he's holding an Xbox 360 controller. We've moved on.
Well, whatever.
Well, yeah, you can still use it on PC though. We use Xbox One controllers on PC.
Also, you're
now.
using a Mac keyboard, you chump.
Yeah.
It's just white. Also, I think it might be upside down. Those look like the.
Yeah,
The
it's
arrow
definitely
keys are
upside
there.
down.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever. It makes
It's like
sense.
driftwood. Everyone knows that keyboards work
Yes.
like driftwood in soup.
Yeah, he has to show us how the keyboard works. That's a great drawing.
No, I love it. It's great. It's just insulting towards me.
I like all the chunks.
You're typing how I hold controllers, which is like this.
Yes. He's,
Backwards?
Joel's a claw man.
Ugh.
Wolfgang on DeviantArt.
Oh my god, this was amazing.
Yeah, it really is cool.
You're the best James ever.
I saw
So
that.
good.
I saw that pop up on the Rooster Teeth subreddit, and someone commented like, why does Funhaus get all the good fan art?
Oh,
Because we encourage it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
James, can you
we
grow
celebrate
a mustache
it.
like that?
No.
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Probably not. I just like the gray.
Yeah.
I wish my
yeah.
hair actually was that kind
give
of
it time,
gray.
James.
I like being an old man.
You
some
look like the human personification of the fox from Labyrinth. I think his name is
Oh,
Sir
yeah,
Cadogan.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Because occasionally.
And I love your shield. Like I want to hang that shield like from a rafter
really
somewhere.
cool.
Maybe
That
I
was-
should cosplay as that.
That was actually one of my biggest hopes for the logo was for people to take artistic liberties with it. When John made it, it was kind of like, oh, he like how he did different color variations. And we kind of stuck with the orange, but there is like a white and black version that works. The fact that you can do that is so fucking cool
Yep.
with the logo.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So thank you,
All
you,
right.
John,
Keep going.
Thank you, Wolfgang.
and
I'm
Wolfgang.
not thanking the fans anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Adam hates
Thanks,
the fans.
John.
No,
Thanks, John, for making a cool logo. What?
Jokes the Hedgehog.
Once again, it's just
To,
one little
that
opening.
guy that
You guys just-
complimented us
Is
on
it
YouTube
tattoo?
that one time. Fuck you.
Goddamn joke vultures.
I don't think it's a tattoo, but I do love how expressive it is.
Is it out of focus?
Oh, it's finger puppets.
I think he just took it with his phone or something like that.
Or he drew it and it was this small.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of his penis.
Well, it's adorable.
I love
I'd like to thank you for drawing me, Lawrence, and Spool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me.
I think that's Kovic.
Nope.
James on the left.
Oh,
Just let him have it.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's good. Great drawing of Joel.
Hey,
Nice
great.
job.
Perfect. What a
Yay.
perfect spool.
We're the A team now. Brad kickflips on
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This was awesome.
on Reddit.
Whose butt is that?
It's
That's a good. Oh wait, is that a butt?
That's Kuntz.
That's absolutely a butt.
whatever.
That?
Why is there a belly button?
No, that's the back line.
Ass crack.
That's a backline of the ass crack.
She's fit.
Or a knuckle.
That's a really deep back line.
Going like this, yeah.
James,
Yeah.
you'd know if you worked out more.
Look, I don't care about the other drawings. I want to know whose butt that is.
The shadow is making me look like I'm crying goth tears, which I like.
That's actually makeup.
I'm a goth clown.
James looks like Archer. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
I
he's
do.
like 007.
Bruce looks high.
Yeah, you bet.
I like
I'll hit
Peak.
the ball far.
Peak so rarely gets to have
Yeah. He
fan
looks
art,
so angry
but that's
there.
it's like they know him.
That's how he edits.
I actually specifically like that Bruce is doing that thing where he's got a hat with a bill and he's still trying to shade his eyes from the sun.
Yeah, but he's got to protect his
If
neck.
only I had some way of blocking the sun.
God, if only science had figured this out. And then Adam just looks mean. Spool looks
I look
mean.
like I rub blood on my face to get out of the fight.
look-
like, oh, look what happened.
Ow!
I can't fight anymore today. Look at me.
No
Spool
mess.
looks like he's ready to fuck someone up though.
Yeah.
He looks like he wants to fuck me.
Yeah, he does.
Look at him.
Yeah, he
Bet
does.
this baseball
Who
bat
do
up
you,
your butthole.
yeah, I hit you in the head.
Ready user.
Spool, of course, is the asshole doesn't remove the tag from the hat, too.
Yeah.
What a douche.
What?
Well,
I don't have a
on
tag.
His logo's off center as well.
What a douche.
What a douche.
Get mad about that internet.
All right.
PC
Acronym
Master
CLT
Race.
drew Joel.
Ah, adorable.
His little smirk.
Pixar version of Joel.
Yeah, I want that I want to animate
basically-
that into a TV
yeah.
show that I voice and write.
Hi!
And take
I'm
all
Joel!
credit for it, you just take over like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sell
acronym
me your
animated.
design.
Oh, go down in history as the fastest canceled show ever.
You look like a DreamWorks movie poster. Like
it
that expression they all have.
Yeah. Little smirk.
Yeah. One eyebrow.
Is there a college where they teach kids to make that smirk?
Yeah, it's called DreamWorks.
There you go.
That's where they do it.
DreamWorks Animations
Not a
University.
college.
Oh yeah.
Reddit user absorbance
one's pretty
drew
good.
a lot of cool stuff.
Wow.
So there's Space Bruce.
Uh-huh.
Farting astronaut Bruce.
Yeah,
this
his-
came from the
I
Machinima
thought it was
ETC.
president.
President Farting Astronaut
Astronaut
Bruce.
Bruce.
This came from the Machinima ETC podcast. That's where the White House is, up in space.
Yep.
On a rock.
And you're floating because your suit's full of farts.
I think. Also,
No,
the
well, it's
A in
space.
fart is a rocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys know.
Your suit's making me uncomfortable.
I was gonna say, how does the suit not explode? I'm waiting for it to pop.
It vents occasionally.
You're also not wearing a helmet.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Doesn't need it.
His
I'll be all
farts,
right.
He's
his
holding his
farts
breath.
I'll be
create
okay.
like an aura.
Remember that
Yeah.
scene in Cowboy Bebop where he just holds his breath?
I'll be all right.
You can do that.
That's right, you did. Then there's the
Boss loaf.
Uh-huh.
featuring Adam.
There's my head.
Yep. You're in a loaf of bread. How about that?
Do you think that
you.
if you sliced off more pieces, it would transition? Have
Oh.
you ever
In his
seen
body?
bread art?
In his
Okay.
body?
Well, no, it transitioned into like your face,
Oh.
and then
Yeah.
Joel's face.
Well, see,
Spool's
here's the
face.
tricky part because Adam's face is actually out of the loaf right now. So you'd cut it, the loaf would fall, and then it would go boop, like
How do
just
you know?
pop
Wait,
out.
how do you know it's not on?
Yeah, I think-
seared on the loaf.
It could
and
just be
There's a
drawn.
shadow.
Yeah. No, that's his neck.
That's not.
It looked like a shadow to me. It looks like
And
it's protruding.
it's seared into the boss loaf like an image of Jesus.
It's made to look that way.
So if you look at it from any
It's
other perspective,
trompe
it
l'oeil
won't
is
make
what it's
sense.
called.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
not real.
Move on.
I look really
Trump
sad.
I need to
if
figure
you
out this
look
boss.
for it.
All right, and then
Oh, yeah, James it.
he drew a logo of how to James it. This is actually kind of borrowing from Black Nerd a little bit because Black Nerd put out some of this stuff early on.
This
too,
is
but-
this is a reference to the on the spot episode
Yeah.
that we did, where we had to figure out the Urban Dictionary definition for
Yeah.
a phrase, and one was Jamesing it.
Yep.
Yeah. Which ended up just it was just
Jerking off,
Jerking off
jerking
the
off at the
in
shower.
the shower. Sorry, but
Don't feel bad. I got it wrong
Yeah.
too.
the building catches fire. The building gets up and walks away with on tiny little legs, and then war starts. So there you go.
there you go. Fix it,
Maybe
Urban
change
Dictionary.
it.
Get your shit together.
Hibachi Robo is back with the best
Oh, yeah.
webcomic.
Yes.
Oh no.
What are you gonna call it?
My favorite dude soup, right? Hell nah. The name way you too shitty. Now fucking way. Bruisey please. Dude soup.
the
That's
dude
it.
soup.
That's dude.
That's the
it.
dude soup.
We did
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Big Big Bong comics.
I like them because they're funny, but they're also like informative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
like
tell you what happened.
they're like
It's
good-
like a historical document.
yeah, or like a story from the Bible.
Yeah.
hieroglyphs.
Opening
like,
up the
on
Dead
wall.
Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls, exactly.
Yeah, aliens will find these in the future and go,
And be like,
Yes.
we're gonna access
I'm-
Oh,
we're-
man,
I'm-
Brucey.
I don't feel bad for bombing this civilization.
Yeah.
Red user Suction Spore. Drew great promotional poster for Dude Soup.
Ah.
Someone has already framed. By the way, someone
What?
printed this out, framed it, and put it on their wall.
Yeah.
Gosh.
This?
That.
Yeah.
Your face?
My face.
Holy shit.
Do you have nail polish on?
Absolutely.
And-
Oh, in the picture, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Black
that's right,
Nerd
Spool.
made a lot of great stuff.
Yep.
Illustrated Spool's $1 1 hour principle.
Damn it, Spool.
Yep.
There it goes.
Yeah.
That's the
Love
one.
I should have fun on the computer.
I'm seeing that phrase pop up in the comments
I know.
once in a while now. Now it's a thing.
That's what Spool wanted.
$1 winner!
That's why he said it.
Amusingly, we're delivering
It's a way of
content
life.
at a rate even under $1 1 hour because it's all free. So we don't even hit Spool's lofty metric
Man, that
of
sucks.
It only
entertainment.
applies to games.
Jesus. Also drew a Dude Soup podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
This is really cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Very neat.
He's actually got a really great eye for logo design and stuff like that.
Who did this one?
Black Nerd.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Very
It's
cool.
really good.
And actually, I saw on the subreddit, I should have included pictures of this, but somebody took that and then he also styled the Funhaus logo after Starbucks. Somebody ordered a coffee mug with Black Nerd's art on it, so he's got a
Cool. Wow.
Funhaus coffee mug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please send us $7.50, care of
Joel Rubin.
Joel Rubin.
All right, and then LJ Foulble
Yep.
has been killing the GIF game lately.
You see Spool's face?
Yeah, it's a spool.
It's a
Is that
spool
a
turning into a
dollar
spool.
It's
No,
a
it's a
spool.
Oh, I get it.
Oh my gosh, Spool.
And
You're not
then
even high.
Yep.
the other ones don't really need explanation,
No.
nor would they ever.
There you go. Oh, free coffee.
See, this is what happens when I try to scroll through.
Funhouse logos.
And then Troudism. It's a okay. So that I guess that's where the Starbucks one come from. Troudism displayed this lovely clinic on logo design, basically taking the Funhouse logo and applying all kinds of different styles to it.
Can we
Oh, wow.
figure out what these are?
I'm a
Absolutely.
huge fan of. All right, so what's on the top left?
That's
Whirlpool?
General
GE.
Electric.
GE,
Oh,
Starbucks.
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Coca-Cola,
Hewlett Packard.
HP.
DC
DC.
Comics.
Funhouse.
I don't know what that one is.
I don't know what that one is.
It's
Jimmy
a meat,
Converse?
right?
Jimmy
No, no,
John's?
Converse
Yeah,
is on the right.
I think it's.
Is it? There's two Converse
Oh, you're right,
logos.
What?
No, it's- I
what?
think-
No.
It's
the-
Funhouse All Star, and then the one that's black.
That one, I think Adam's right. I think it's Jimmy John's.
I think you're.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
you're
he's
right.
He's right.
Maybe.
He's right.
What's the other
I don't know
one?
that middle
Looks
one.
Italian to me.
It's toasted. Maybe it's Quiznos.
Quiznos
Oh.
could be.
And then Converse, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and NASA. NASA is one of my favorites. There.
That's great.
Wow, that's sweet.
That is wonderful.
And then all
all
the-
the ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the Dude Soup logo with all the little,
Oh, EA Sports.
all little penises falling out of the bowl.
Ugh.
Oh, gross! I didn't even notice that.
Sausages.
Those are great.
Pretty fucking cool.
That
Hot
doesn't
bowl with
Also looks
sausages.
like the is it Scholastic books?
Yeah, it does. I don't know if that's what it is, but it looks like it.
Yeah.
So I know, like we have debate or we've talked internally about the benefits of a round logo. I want all of those on pins. That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool.
And then pin them into your body. And your
Yeah.
flesh.
Yeah.
And the one lawyer that represents all these firms comes after you and sues you.
No, it's parody. You can do whatever you want.
Is it parody?
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh.
Thanks.
Remember, what is it? Not Starbucks.
Yeah. Not
Stupid
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Dumb
Starbucks.
Dumb
Dumb
Starbucks. Yeah.
Somebody's
We were all
computer just
wrong.
clicked on.
Except that he almost got sued too.
And
Since he's
then
dead, they had him taken out.
the Eric Cerna did the most accurate picture of his
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
yes, that's what I look like. Have you noticed this
Make
black
that-
thing
make
on
that-
my face right there?
Make that face you always make.
Small, make
tighter
your
lips,
mouth
tighter
smaller
lips.
and your eyes more.
If you could have your eyes
crisp.
melt a little bit.
Yeah,
What is the text?
Fluff
say?
up your hair.
that's good.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
own my asshole.
Hold on, bump in your right eye. Bump it down. Put a bump in the middle of it. Yeah, there you go. There it is. That's it.
All right, I got
Holy
it.
shit.
Make your eyes big but small at
All
the
right, I
same
got
time,
it. I nailed it.
and then spread them up.
You kind of remind me of someone, but I don't know who.
There's one more link I added. To the bottom.
Oh.
You know, you remember in that movie? What was that? Cloud
Nightmare on
Atlas.
Elm Street. Oh.
Well, I was thinking Cloud Atlas when, like, in the future, everyone's vaguely Asian.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That's Cloud Atlas.
That is kind of
Bruce.
yeah.
yeah. Look, I'm turning
Yes.
Asian.
Yeah.
How does it
The
feel?
phrase is turning Japanese.
I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese.
I think it was.
You really think so?
Oh, the sexy flash game.
Oh,
Oh,
we can't.
thank
We
God.
can't look at that. Well,
Well,
we
it's
can just.
not. It's not gonna.
Yeah, we can. There's no nudity.
It's also on
There
this
isn't?
monitor.
No.
Not
Oh, I haven't played it yet. I
Oh
saw.
no, it's real good.
I saw it pop up over the. Oh dear. God.
Why are you changing this?
So this is by totally not Fambini. Which is that actually Fambini?
Also, don't worry, it's not capturing, so you can.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
Okay.
All right, so
We said there's no
You
nudity.
changed the face.
So
change the
currently
heads.
it's me getting fucked by Bruce.
It's
My
You can
favorite
swap
is
the heads.
Bruce, your eyes closing.
Yeah,
with
so-
such
I like it.
pleasure.
I love it.
Or
Head change.
I think you're the only person who has animation on their face, though. I think
Oh,
that's a good
yeah. That's my dream come true.
a lot of people in the comments for this were saying that this is.
No, he's
Oh yeah,
animated.
he does, but
He
you have
bit
to
his
be
lip.
you have to be the dealer,
Oh,
not
yeah.
the receiver.
The power top.
Blinks.
Find
I
Adam's
like
head.
I like James's 1,000-yard stare. Just yep.
There it is.
Oh god
How
damn
come
it!
I'm the one getting fucked in every? Can you change the bottom one, please?
Nope.
Yeah, no, you can't. You
I don't
can't.
see the reason
Yeah,
why.
there's no need to.
That would have been awesome if you hit the button, but it doesn't do anything.
Adam is so calm and matter of fact
know.
about it.
I wish all the other ones were subtle facial expressions, but Adam's was
Wait.
just spitting down right into.
Ah.
Just angry fuck.
His mouth is open. There's
I
always
like.
a line.
We're really gentle with each other, though.
That's nice.
Is it just the three of us?
Oh, his
Yes, the
eyebrows
three of
raised.
us.
That's
But
it.
people were already saying
Ain't
that they
down.
need to add
Okay.
everyone else.
I want to see me fucking me. No,
So do
there
I.
we go.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Hey, guy.
That looks good.
You guys are-
face is just contemplating life.
I'd reach forward. I'd tussle the hair. How you doing?
So
back
wait,
there?
we didn't. Did we explain exactly what's going on for people who are only listening to this?
Well, we'll show it.
No, the people who are only listening to it.
One of us is getting fucked by another person.
It's a flash.
The
I
people
won't
who
call
are
it a
only
game.
listening to it for the last 20 minutes have been like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I suppose that's true.
Now they're getting fucked.
Watch it on YouTube.
Bruce and Adam. That's real nice.
Man, it's
Or
hard
Richard
though.
Keith
Like
Can we?
your head just keeps rocking. And
We're not going to click away from this, Adam. Stay here forever.
I wish I could make a GIF my background.
On that note, let's end the podcast.
It's over.
Wow.
Bruce doesn't seem like he's having a very good time.
I'm having a great time right there.
Well, I mean, you're just kind of like, I understand that my partner's enjoying this, and therefore
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I'm
yeah,
still just
that's
kind of
what makes
waiting.
him a
But you're also thinking about how there's a penis in your butthole.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. More stuff coming. Fun times. I want to go work on mods.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys. God damn, Bruce has sunk like 100 hours plus into Battlefield.
Yep.
So should he have paid $100 for that game?
No, $60.
He probably did. I mean,
Well,
if
there's a cutoff.
he bought the
probably
Game
did
Plus
that.
Premium, he did pay $100 for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
120, I think.
Okay, see, Bruce put 1,000 hours
Hold
into
on,
it.
I spent $120, but I probably put like 400 or 500 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so you owe them money.
So I owe them
Basically.
money.
Yeah.
It's cool, yeah.
I did play. I have like 600 hours played on TF2, so I owe Valve a lot of money yet.
About
Buy
a
some
lot
hats,
of money.
man.
That's math.